Question 11. Find y in terms of x. This looks like a very complicated equation, but there are logs on both sides of the equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the y on the left hand side and move all of the terms in x onto the right hand side. So what I'm going to get is log y is equal to log 4x plus 3. And if I move this term across, it's going to be minus log 3x squared. And then move this term across, I'm going to get plus 2 log 2x. Right, now we need to do a little bit of simplification. So that is equal to log 4x plus 3 minus log 3x squared. Now I'm going to take the 2 and square the contents of the bracket, so that's going to be log 4x squared. Now remembering that adding logarithms is the same as multiplication and that subtracting logarithms is the same as division, then what I can say is that this is equal to log of 4x plus 3 times 4x squared, that's from here, divided by 3x squared from there. Okay, we can now do a bit of simplification, so that gives us log, the x squareds can cancel, they can go, so I've got log 4 brackets 4x plus 3 over 3. Right, now I've got a single log on the left hand side and a single log on the right hand side, so I can take the inverse of both sides, giving me y is equal to 4 brackets 4x plus 3 all over 3. So we've got 4 outside 4x plus 3 divided by 3. Alright, yes we are. Question 12. In this case we're using natural logs, that's to say logs to the base e. So let's start by getting the y term on the left hand side of the equal sign and all of the terms in x on the right hand side of the equal sign. So we're going to get minus 2 log y is equal to log x squared minus 9 minus 2 log x minus 3 minus 2 log square root of x. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by minus 1 and I'm going to resolve the coefficients outside the log signs. So I'm going to get log y squared is equal to, multiplying through by minus 1, so I'll take these terms first, so it's going to be log x minus 3 squared plus log x, and then it's going to be log x squared minus 9. Right, remember that a plus for a logarithm is the same as a multiplication, and a minus with a logarithm is the same as a division, so we can write the right hand side as log of x minus 3 squared times x divided by x squared minus 9. Now we've got x squared minus 9 on the denominator, and x squared minus 9 is equal to x plus 3 times x minus 3. So that means we can now write this as log of x minus 3 squared x over x plus 3 x minus 3. So that term can cancel with one of those. So now what I can do, so taking the antilogs on both sides, I can now write that y is equal to, it'll be the square root of x minus 3 times x over x plus 3, and then the square root of all of that. And that's our answer. We're going to get SQRT brackets brackets x minus 3 brackets x divided by brackets x plus 3 brackets brackets. And if we've got that right, yes we have. If we miss one of the brackets it would be marked wrong, so always make sure that you've got the right number of opening and closing brackets. Question 13, factorise the following. Question 13 is fairly straightforward. 21 is 3 times 7 and 49 is 7 squared. So I'm going to take 7 squared outside a bracket containing 3x. Is that right? Yes it is. Question 14. There are two main ways of factorising a quadratic. The first is by inspection, which is what we'll do now, and then the second is using the equation. I'm not really that interested in completing the square, that is another technique, but I'm not going to bother with that. So we need a couple of brackets, and we're going to have a 2x in the first bracket and an x in the second bracket. Now let's look at 15. We can have 15 times 1, and we can have 2 is not a factor, 3 is a factor, so we can have 3 times 5, and then the next factor is 5, so we don't need to worry about that. Now using the factors 2, 1, 3 and 5, can I make the 7 that I've got there? 2 times 5 is 10, minus 3 will be 7, so I'm going to put a 5 in this bracket here, and I'm going to put a 3 in this bracket here. So which is the negative and which is the positive? Well, it's plus 7x, so I need to have plus 5, so 2 times 5 is plus 10, and then minus 3 in this bracket. So now when I expand it, I've got 2x times x, which gives me the 2x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. Minus 3 times x is minus 3x, so plus 10x minus 3x gives me the 7x, and then minus 3 times 5 is 15. So we've got 2x minus 3 x plus 5. Is that right? Yes it is. Question 15. In this question we're going to use the quadratic equation. So the quadratic equation says that if we have an expression of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, we can find the roots as x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case I can say that x is equal to minus b, so that's 25, plus or minus the square root of 25 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 12, times c, which is also 12. And that's all over 2a, so that's 2 times 12, so I put 24. So x is equal to 25 plus or minus, right, let's just have a quick think about this. 25 squared is 625, we've got 12 times 12 which is 144, times 2 is 288, times 2 is 576, 576, okay, that's going to give us 49, okay, so that's the square root of 49, and that's over 24. Okay, the square root of 49 is 7, so that's going to be 25 plus or minus 7 over 24. Okay, so that is equal to 25 plus 7 is 32, so that's 32 over 24. And 25 minus 7 is 18, so it's all 18 over 24. So let's just clear a bit of space. So we're saying that x is equal to 32 over 24, which is equal to 4 over 3. So that means that 3x minus 4 is equal to 0, so that's one of our roots. And then we've got x is equal to 18 over 24, which is the same as 3 over 4, which means that 4x minus 3 equals 0. So that means our factors are 3x minus 4 and 4x minus 3. So we've got brackets 3x minus 4 brackets 4x minus 3. Are we right? Yes, we are. And finally, we've got question 16. I can't see any obvious factors in this equation, so I'm going to go straight for the quadratic equation, and I'm going to use y as part of the coefficient. So what I'm going to say is that x is equal to, it's minus b, so that's going to be y, plus or minus the square root of y squared minus 4 times 6 times minus 12y squared. And that's the square root of all of that, and that's all over 2 times a, which is 2 times 6, which is 12. 4 times 6 is 24, and if we split 24 into 2 times 12, 12 times 12 is 144, times 2 is 288. So x is equal to y plus or minus the square root of y squared plus 288 y squared all over 12. The square root of 289 is 17, so that is equal to y plus or minus 17y over 12. So we're going to get y plus 17y, so that's 18y over 12. 18y over 12, and if that's minus, then we're all, so we're going to get minus 16y over 12. That's meant to be 12, isn't it? Right, so let's just have a look at what that means for us. So we've got x is equal to 18y over 12 is the same as 3y over 2, so that's 3y over 2. So that means 2x minus 3y equals 0. And then for the other one, we've got x is equal to minus 16y over 12 is the same as minus 4y over 3. So we've got 3x plus 4y equals 0. And that are our two roots. So we'll put that into the equation. So we've got 2x minus 3y times 3x plus 4y. And are we right? Yes, we are. And those are 16 examples similar to but different from the online tutorial. So that covers the examples in our section on